Hi everybody. We're gonna give it a few minutes. Wait for a few people to come on. Hi everybody. Hi everybody. I was just giving you a few minutes to get us started. We have Valentine's Day, so love is in the air. So we want to kind of dedicate today to Valentine's Day. So the test is on to see how many things that we can put out that kind of have love or hearts related. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to do press a wind spinner. Those of you that have been on here before have seen this before, but we'll kind of do some beginner stuff. But we have longer paper or bigger printers. And so ours we can connect and fold. That's what these dots are for. When you download some of our art, that's how you can fold them together. If you don't have that, we still recommend you tape them together with the special heat tape, the green tape, and then fold them and tape this edge so it stays together. You would press both sides at once. This is just a regular Geonite press. We have a Nomax pad that goes down first, and we'll get that lined up. Just regular craft paper, and then we're going to lay our wind spinner down with the paper and then the part in the middle, since we're doing both sides at once. And then we're going to fold this over. And let me grab another piece of craft paper. Typically I try to have it pre-cut in like just big enough sections so you have it pre-cut just for your particular press size. We're going to get this started. We recommend a medium to high pressure. Ours says a pressure of 7 right now, 345 for a time, and about 385 for a heat temperature. So yeah, we got that kind of going. We're going to press a few more things that are kind of spring and related. One thing I want to show is we have this kind of back here, if you can see it, it's for hanging your garden tools. You know, just a little clipper here, but you could customize this 3-hook for hanging your garden tools. I could say your garden. So we're going to do one of those coming up here. Definitely, if you have questions, post those in the chat there. Hi Connie, thank you for participating. Hate to say I always got to have my glasses on. Hi Marnie. So yeah, if you have questions, or if you're having trouble with anything, you have any suggestions, few things that have come up in the last week or so is the ability of splitting packs. A lot of you are just getting started and you don't want to buy 6 of something or 12 of something. Just pick up the phone. Ask for Corey, he's usually the most friendly. I'm just kidding. Anyone on the staff can help you. But we can do smaller quantities because it's important for us for you to try these products and feel comfortable. We ask you buy at least a minimum of 2. But when it comes to the ornaments and the small items like that, we prefer if you stick to the regular pack because they're really small. But I do understand about the doing quantity, you know, like doing some tests before you buy a bunch of them. Some of you asked about templates. You should be getting those when you get the download. If for some reason the template is missing, same thing, shoot us an email or pick up the phone and call, and we'll get those emailed out to you. Digital downloads, we've been adding a lot more digital downloads. I appreciate you guys for asking for more. I know we did some geckos. People asked for butterflies, so we just did some butterflies. Corey says thanks. So yeah, definitely give Corey a ring. The digital downloads, any suggestions you have, so we did add some more. There is a couple free ones out there, but most of them are very reasonably priced. They're in packages. Garden markers, things like that, we're going to talk about a little more. Custom shapes is always kind of a fun thing. Some of you are kind of branching out into your own and wanted some different types of shapes for your specific industry. And we're glad to work with you on those, so definitely call in and ask for me or for Corey or for Don. We just did some very unique luggage tags and things like that, so definitely want to work with you. Here's a little quiz. I love quizzes. Does anybody know what shape this is? So this is an example of trying to take advantage of what makes us unique, and then just shapes is something that we do very well. So so we'll kind of answer this later, but what shape is this? And just put your comments in there what you think it is. I typically try to wear gloves. I was just out back in the oven and didn't have gloves on, so the parts can get pretty warm. Two-sided like this, you want to get it off as quick as you can. Paper should pull nicely off, a little bit of stick, like a suction kind of. This is kind of my favorite part, is just watching when the parts first come off, and it's just really fun to see that vibrancy. So I'm going to let this cool, and I'll bend that for you guys here in a minute. Going to throw on actually we're going to stick with the love theme for now. So here we have a 12-inch, 12-inch round on white. Same thing, put the image down first, then the print, and then the piece of paper. So we're pressing what we say down. Grab a piece of craft paper, put that on here, get this started. 345, 385 degrees. We got another round we're going to do next, sticking with the heart theme. So that's kind of something fun. Another one we're going to do after that is grind. I don't know how many of you people saw the video, so if you follow us on Facebook, I'm trying to really do what are we doing unique this week. So far I think Willie, who's been here 15 years or more, his video is beating on just watching him grind. So usually I'm trying to post what are we grinding, what are we painting, things like that. So if you have ideas, so love showing kind of behind the scenes, you know, definitely ask some questions of what make a statement on what you'd like to see. But here's the grind turtle, and here's kind of a heart drawn out in the sand that we'll try to press. How many of you have tried the grind products? They're definitely our favorite for our line of products. People love the grind pattern. We do hand grind that. Like I said, there's a video on that. If you go to our YouTube channel, you can see lots of different videos of how things are made. But the grind kind of gives it that refraction of light and makes things really move when you walk by them. But it's definitely more for art versus words and wave flow, things like that. Let's see. Any guesses on what that state shape is? Or what that shape was I showed earlier? No guesses yet? We'll go back to this. Well, actually, Marnie had a good guess, so maybe the Great Lakes. So you're close. It's not the Great Lakes, it's one of the Great Lakes. So these are flat when they ship to you, flat when they press. Basically, you put your thumbs down on the bottom side and just fan it out like a 60 degrees. And voila. So just love dye sublimation. This one actually is really cool. It's got all the state names. It says I love my country. I don't know if you can see that or not. It says I love my country, and then it's got all the state names. So that's really a fun one. Any other guesses on, so Marnie was close with the, it is one of the Great Lakes, but which Great Lake is it? The other thing I wanted to talk about, along with like the luggage shapes, luggage tags, things like that, is state shapes. We've done a lot of unique ornament shapes for state shapes. This happens to be a wall art, but for your particular state, if you don't see it, just reach out to us. We have all of the state shapes available and we can cut them very easily. Thank you, Connie, on the butterflies. Okay, we're going to take this off. Does anybody know what ghosting is when it comes to dye sublimation? Well, that really turned out nice. It's kind of hard to see because of the reflection. The word love is on the top, kind of faintly in there. So that's pretty cool. Basically, if I would have taken that off and not flipped it very well, so if you kind of slide it off, then you get that ghosting where it's like you have a blur in your print. So definitely when you pull it off, you don't want to drag it off the paper because that'll give you that kind of ghosting effect where the ink is still wet. Also, one thing to talk about is on the paper. Definitely this is what you should see is all the ink has come off. There's a little bit of ink obviously where the part isn't. But if you have ink or a photo still left out here, then it really has to do with you don't have enough time or enough pressure. So you're not quite doing it long enough. We're going to do this turtle next. And same thing, we're going to lay that on there. We have lots and lots of images and parts available for you guys that have the smaller presses. Somehow I connected with another piece of paper. That's the instructions that would actually come with, and I'll show you those here in a second. We're going to press this grind product. Same time, same temp. If it's one-sided or two-sided, same time, same temp. When you place an order, you will get the tips and tricks in your order. So it talks about the time and temp, whether you have a manual press, which is this one, or if you ever stop by and visit, we have a pneumatic press in the back, which is the Geonite, kind of the 4x8 shuttle table on both sides. What sublimation printer are you using? We use Mutos. We have a couple different Muto sizes. We've used Mutos over the years for a long time, but they're all in the dye sublimation world. I think there's a bunch of great brands out there, but Mutos is what we use. Any more guesses on my shape? I'll kind of show it up here one more time. And this is actually kind of how it sits. So keep watching to see if anybody knows what that is. Let's see. I had a couple other things I was going to do. Yeah, there it is. It's Lake Superior. So great guess, Barb. Thank you for participating in that. One thing, I think, I don't know if Erica's put it in the comments, but Love 22 is the code for free shipping. So please use that. So that's the code for today is Love 22. So if you, Barb, apologize, I don't remember exactly where you live, but if there's a lake or a shape or something that's by you that you think will sell well, we'll definitely work with you to try to test that market. But Lake Superior shapes have done amazing for a couple of our photographers that do a lot of Lake Superior type shapes. So he's kind of carved out a really nice business by focusing on something that's unique to his type of artwork. But there's the code Love 22 for free shipping. Thank you, Erica. Let's see. We'll talk about brackets. This one that I just bent on the back has brackets. There is a hang tag that goes with these, but basically they're meant to come off the wall. So you bend these bottom feet, kickers we call them, at a 90, and then there's the bracket that the hanging bracket that kind of gets bent kind of straight out, if you can see that. So bent once so it's straight out, and then you bend the bottom part either up or down, so either into a Z or a U or a C. And then when you hang it on the wall, that's meant to give it, about 3/4 of an inch off the wall, some depth. So it really makes our product stand out nice from the wall. And we have a lot of different ones with brackets and some with just screw holes, but the brackets definitely are something that's unique. So this is the turtle. And same, we're gonna peel that off. Again, look at the paper. That's kind of your report card. If you did a good job, you shouldn't have any ink left on the paper. The grind, as I said, gives it a different, and the light doesn't do it any justice with the glare, but I see that nice heart there. And then you get that right there. You'll see that where Willie has actually ground that. So there's videos out there of how he does this grinding. And then when the light refracts off of it, it really makes it pop. And I'll kind of show you the difference between the white and the grind. Muted is one word that we use, but the white is definitely a little more vibrant, a little more of a photograph look. And then the grind is just a little more artsy. And as you can see, I just pressed that on the 16 by 20 Geonite, so this will fit on your small press. Let's see. We're gonna do this garden tool hanger. And I believe that's still on for the month of February. If you order $200, you get a free one of these and a tool. The artwork bends right around, so it goes on the front of the hooks. And so again, we're going to lay that down first. We are going to lay the part in there. The paper slid around a little bit. Slide that on there. Throw on another piece of paper. Get the press going again. Let's see. Another thing that we're excited about is markers. And so we have a few different new products out here. This is could be a pet marker, memorial marker. This is the print that goes with it. This is actually out there right now. So this is a two-sided one. We're going to do this next. So you're going to have this paper that's going to be folded. Don's got the artwork out there, and this is a free download, preferably for people that are buying the markers. So we're going to press that one next. Same time and temp if it's two-sided or one. Got about 2 minutes and 45 seconds left on the press. We do have basically two different sizes of markers. One is the larger one. Could be lots and lots of different uses. Could be for graduation parties, things like that. And then we have a smaller one that again could be used for directional, or this one in particular is for vegetable gardens. And then a nice thing on the back where you can mark the back when you planted it, variety, things like that. And Corey's got those in the digital download, so you can digitally download these. What size is the marker? We got two different ones. I'm hoping Corey or somebody that's got their catalog, actually they're not in the catalog yet, but they are online. It does say online. I wish I had a tape measure in here. That'd be something that I should keep. But we'll post that, Janine, in there so you know. This one's roughly 8 inches. This is, I know this part, this is 8 inches here, so it's like 4 by 8. And then this is roughly, I think, 14 or 16, but Corey will post that. Trying to think. I think there was a couple other things I was going to show you guys today. Yeah. Vanna White's bringing me a tape measure. Sure. 14.5 by 8, I think is the top. We'll test my math. 4 by 8, I think, is the very top. Any other words of wisdom? Oh, where's the little one? Seven. By 2.5. Yeah, but the part that actually is in the up above is like 3 by 2.5. So it's kind of the surface area to print. Corey's got a fan. Corey's got them everywhere, he says. That is true statement. Okay, we're going to pull off another thing here. I brought up another thing I was going to press, the hitch. There it is over there. It's important to try to take them off the press as soon as the alarm goes off. We've talked about that before, but if you do get paper sticking, sometimes that is a reason that you leave it on too long. If you do get paper sticking, which 99% of the time you shouldn't if the time and temp are right, should just kind of pop right off just like that. Again, the report card is the paper. This is very vibrant, very hot, but that's very kind of a garden tool hanger. could be used for coats, belts, all kinds of different things. You could definitely customize these, but it's really a wonderful shape that you could do a lot of things with. When that cools off, I'm going to bend it for you guys, show you how to bend that. Next, I'm going to do that garden or memorial marker. So that's a two-sided one. We already pre-folded it. We're going to lay this down and then fold the top or the back over. Make sure you're on the press. You definitely want to have craft paper on both sides. Same time and temp, whether it's two-sided or one-sided, 385, 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Hey Brent, how are you? Yeah, it's like you're looking, here's your ocean. Gotta get rid of the glare. But that's the grind. All right, so we are going to show you this, how to bend this one. Basically it comes with a bender, comes with the kit. And these we bend one at a time. We actually have some smaller ones that we bend all 6 of them at once. We just put the hook in there as far as you can so it comes to that stop. And then you're just literally going to roll. These are 16 gauge steel, so they bend a little bit hard, but not too hard. We do recommend you bend them when they're warm. Powder coating has a high flexural strength, but it's always better if you can bend them when they're warm. As far as I know, we're probably the only ones out there that make die sublimation blanks that is making or bending, recommending bending these. You're not doing that with the aluminum product that's out there that I'm aware of. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but it makes us very unique. We're making functional art. So as you can see there, we got 3 hooks. Well, we got that pretty uniform. If for some reason you see one that's a little bit off, just you give it a little tweak. What I love about it is how the artwork is laid out, so it's actually on the inside and on the outside. Don has the templates out there for you guys. But yeah, think spring. Right now, if I look out the window, we got pretty good snowstorm going on, so it's quite a contrast from what's going on outside. If you do not have a wind spinner stand, and that's something that really in your market is the wind spinners, if you've tried them, that is our #1 selling blank, has been our wind spinners. We do sell a stand, comes with really nice instructions, comes with a motor, and it's just a great way to display the product. And those have been selling very well, so we appreciate your support and stuff with that. In honor of me going on a fishing trip this coming weekend, we are going to press a hitch receiver. And I had a test this, I think last December, what shape this was. People guessed anything from Santa Claus's belt to lots of different things, which I thought was cute. But it's actually for those of us that have receiver hitches for pulling boats and trailers and things like that. You can do a lot of unique things. Could be promotional items for your company. Could be lots of different images. And we have some patriotic ones that are really cool. Yes, I'm going ice fishing, going on Lake Superior. Got about 8 seconds left on this. Get this pulled off from here. Again, two-sided item. You want to try to get it off the paper as quick as you can. You want to not have ghosting, so you kind of want to flip this over. And in loving memory of Garfield. I didn't know when Garfield had passed, but Don must have somehow figured that out, that Garfield was 10 years old. The other really cool thing about this particular product is it's got a relief cut right there. And so as you'll see with a lot of wave flow markers and things like that, you can actually bend this. So it's, like you see, it could be on a golf course, sponsoring holes. I mean, there's lots of uses that you could use this for. But then you can put it so it's at an angle so the person sees it. This is a two-sided one. Wouldn't have to be two-sided, or you could put your company name or your little logo down on the bottom. But there's lots of things. We're really excited about this. We have a local cremation funeral home that does lots of these as temporary markers for their customers. So it's just a really nice looking thing that's out there for pets or people, or it's really a high-end look to it. Get that set out there. Again, the paper is really your report card, so if you look at that paper, there's no ink left, and that's really what you want. So all the ink is gone. We're going to do this next love one, and this is kind of a test for us. A lot of times we weren't thinking of the 16 by 20 press. We have a 16-inch round that really measures 16 inches. So we are actually going to try to press it on here. It barely. So I'm going to try to center it the best I can. And I think what we're going to end up doing is shrinking this just a smidgen so it'll fit on you guys' presses. Because that's a wonderful size, that 16-inch. So we might make it 15 and 7/8. 385, 3 minutes and 45 seconds. We're going to press this receiver hitch next. Don't forget to use the Love 2022 code. Take advantage of that. Again, kind of back to that luggage tag, bag tag. We're actually sponsoring a bike fling coming up in the spring. And we're using this particular one, the smaller round, for like a medallion or keychain for those people that participated in the bike ride. So there's lots of uses, you know, and it'll say our company name on the back, and then the spring bike fling up here in Walker. So lots of uses that you can use these shapes for other than ornaments. I mean, you can use them for lots of different things. And luggage tags was just happened to be the most recent one, which was kind of a fun thing that somebody's doing. Definitely put your questions in there if you have any. We appreciate your business. A lot of you, I think, have downloaded the catalog. Definitely download that if you want a printed one, but the best is just to look right online. Every one of these items are right on the website. Wind spinners, like I said, have been the better sellers. Garden stakes with spring and everything coming out. There's a lot of wonderful shapes in here. We're always trying to add more. We're trying to add more artwork. And we have other things that we have done as a company that we're trying to, hey, what about that? Let's add that to these guys so they can take advantage of something that we've already invested the time in designing stuff. Swivels and these little things that you might wonder what they are, they're in your orders when they come with the wind spinners. They literally hook right on the top. Corey's got a nice video of how to bend a wind spinner on our YouTube channel. If you haven't seen our YouTube channel, definitely go out and look at it. There's a lot of cool things out there, but then it just spins. So it's really a fun thing. You could do an different image on both sides. You know, one side could be, we had a customer, actually Corey's got one with a happy clown on one side and a scary clown on the other. I wish Corey could post that now just to get some feedback. Okay, kind of getting close to the end. If anybody has questions, I appreciate you guys being on here. Check out the new things. Definitely call if you have questions, if you have any trouble with anything. It's kind of a fun fact. We do sell motors. They are operated with just a single battery, a D-size battery. Just a fun fact. Seems kind of mind-blowing, but if you turn this battery over, the wind spinner will turn the other direction. So kind of interesting. If you want to basically have your wind spinner turn a different direction than what it is, just turn the battery around. So that's kind of cool. Taking these off again, you want to take it off fairly quickly. You want to have gloves on. I'm excited to see how this pressed. So this will be a good test to see, but I still think we should be shrinking this. So let's see what this looks like. We are going to flip that over, and it is exactly the right size, and it's still pressed fine. So the reason I know that it pressed fine is if you look at the print, again, that's our report card, right up to the edge where I was worried about on both sides, all the ink is gone. So this is a 16-inch piece of art, and that's a 16-inch press. You just have to be very cognizant of putting it on there just perfectly in the right spot, so it's not one way or the other. I am not going to press the lake. I don't have any artwork in here for that. And then on the flip side, that's a little bit bigger than this press can handle. I'm going to press this receiver hitch. If you guys haven't looked at these, we've started getting some sales on them. I'm very excited to get some feedback from you guys. We're going to get that going on there. It was very nice of Corey to bring in the tape measure, but I think he left with it. We do have these in smaller sizes. So this one is a little bit longer than 20 inches. I think it's 24 inches long. So we do have these in smaller. So if you wanted that Lake Superior shape, just call in. Or if there's other lake shapes for your region or state shapes, you know, state shapes are extremely popular, and there's just lots of different things make wonderful gifts. Janine, thank you. Yeah, I like the hitch too. It's just something fun. I see some plastic ones out there in the market. It's just really vibrant. We went with a slotted hole, so it gives a little bit more forgiveness for putting the pin in. Uniform width, so it'll fit in all your basically 2-inch receiver hitches. But there's a patriotic version that's really cool. That's what's on the press right now. The artwork is out there on these. The actual, these are herbs, but there are some vegetable markers out there. And then remember on larger projects, if you have a customer that wants something bigger and you don't have it, that you can't print it or press it, let us know. If you do have a larger press but not a larger printer, we could do some prints and ship them out for you. So reach out to myself or Corey and we can try to figure out, you know, how to help you in those certain situations. Got about 1 minute and 23 seconds left. We'll see if there's any other questions out there. Erica or Corey, if you guys think of anything that I'm missing, definitely check out the digital downloads. Give us feedback. You know, a lot of times sales is feedback, but otherwise just reaching out and saying, hey, I love this. It's wonderful if you can share images on our Facebook page of things that you've designs that you've done, just to kind of show off a little bit. It's always wonderful to see that, even for us. About 30 seconds left. If you've never done anything in grind, would highly encourage you to try it. It's definitely a different look, and our competition does not have a grind product out there. Not all of the designs are out there for digital download. Some are, some are not. What is the Facebook name? I'm hoping you're watching this live now, so I'm hoping, but it's Cottage Blanks is the name of our Facebook page. And we're gonna pull this one off. Again, it should be able to just pull it right off. Report card is the paper, no ink left on it. Just a extremely vibrant photograph. So that's on the white. And we're gonna bend this while it's hot, just because the powder coating has a higher flexural strength when it is warm. We're gonna bend that right around into a 90. So kind of bend it out a 90, bend it right back around again. There is bending instructions that come with it. It's 400 degrees right now, so it's fairly warm, but you want to bend it when it's warm, just let it cool. If you haven't tried these, I would encourage you to try them. If you don't want to buy the full pack, give us a call and we'll split a pack for you. There definitely is, no, there's only one. Well, we have 2 Facebook pages. There is one, that is a good question. We have one just for Cottage Blanks, and then we do have a Next Innovations Facebook page. So we have 2 separate Facebook pages. One talks about new products that Next Innovations has, like we just put out a snow pusher my son designed for pushing snow, called the Hungry Mule. So you might see some other things that are non-blank related, but definitely I'd encourage you to follow us on both. So Next Innovations is one, and Cottage Blanks is the one that we're on now. I appreciate you guys' support. Buy American products. We love your business. Definitely reach out if you have questions. If you have anything right now, I'll hang on here for a few more seconds, but otherwise, if there isn't anything, definitely reach out to us later. So you made a bass hitch cover. That's pretty cool, and your customer loved it. So yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you for saying that. Heather, does the hitch stay in place well, or does it slide a bit with the? No, it fits in there really well. The reason we went with that elongated hole is just because it didn't fit everybody's. The holes aren't exactly all the same. But it doesn't. It still fits in there real snug. So it's. We wanted it universal, so it fit everybody's. We have one customer that has collegiate licensing that's been doing some for colleges. high school. You definitely could do a lot of them for high school. Been a lot of people lately. We've helped a lot of people with cancer fundraisers, things like that. You could do something for that. There's lots of things you could do with the hitch covers. So thank you, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day. We appreciate you following us. If you have questions later, you can ask them on here or just reach out to us. Have a happy Valentine's, and thank you for your business. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.